Golden State Warriors today is presented by Magic Spoon. Guys, this is childlike cereal for grown-ups because 0 grams of sugar and 13 grams of protein. It's delicious, it's fantastic, and you don't have to feel guilty about eating that fattening cereal you've probably eaten prior to this. Get $5 off your first order at magicspoon.com/warriors. One more time, that's magicspoon.com/warriors. The healthiest cereal that tastes delicious out there on the market. Let's talk Warriors draft targets here on Golden State Warriors Today by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. Now, Golden State has the number 7 and the number 14 overall pick in this year's first round. Obviously, the NBA draft lottery revealed that they got the Timberwolves pick as well, so 2 top 14 picks. There's a lot of good talent in the middle part of this lottery, in my opinion, which means there could be some good opportunities for the Warriors to get some good players. And also, as you guys know, the Warriors could end up trading one or both of these picks, depending on what they want to do this summer in free agency. So I'll ask you guys, who should the Warriors draft in the first round of this year's draft? Maybe it's just one player, maybe it's 2, depending on how the picks go. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Who should the Golden State Warriors draft in the first round this year? Let's take a look at some Warriors draft targets with the number 7 pick here on Golden State Warriors Today. I'm your host, Harrison Graham, and the Warriors did get that number 7 pick from the Minnesota Timberwolves based on how the NBA draft lottery fell. 3 guys here. Davion Mitchell, the guard out of Baylor, big fan of his. His stock rose a ton after a strong NCAA tournament with the Baylor Bears in which they won the national championship over Gonzaga. Tenacious defender. He can shoot as well. I think this is an instant plug-and-play guard in the NBA. I don't know if he's a starter from day one, but 18, 20 to 25 minutes off the bench who can guard 1, 2s, and 3s and also space the floor as a shooter. Davion Mitchell is a fun player. I'm a big fan of his. I love his game. I love the attitude he plays with. He's not Donovan Mitchell's brother or even cousin. That's been, rumored out there, but it's not the case, even though they wear the same number and actually have similar style of games. But Mitchell is a great on and off the ball defender, and he really improved as a scorer the last couple of seasons down in Waco. 14 points per game last year, over 5 assists. I like his creation improvement, and you guys see the shooting splits there, over 51% from the floor and almost 45% from 3. I love Davion Mitchell, and I think at number 7 overall, this would be absolutely fantastic value for the Golden State Warriors because he fits right in with what they want to do. He can be a catch-and-shoot guy, and he can go defend multiple positions. That has a ton of value in the NBA. That has a ton of value with what Golden State likes to do both offensively and defensively. Who should the Golden State Warriors draft with the number 7 overall pick? Go ahead and get your votes in down in the comment section. Maybe you think it's Davion Mitchell. I certainly think he would be a worthy candidate. Let me know how you guys feel on this one. Let's go to Keon Johnson next, a one-and-done player out of Tennessee. Arguably the best athlete in this draft. Not sure you guys saw this. He just posted a 48-inch vertical at the Combine. That is the best in NBA history at the Combine. We've never seen a better vertical jump than Keon Johnson. So the athletic traits are there. Upside as a defender. Needs to improve as a three-point shooter. But in today's NBA, you can't have enough high-impact athletes. And that is what Keon Johnson is. You think of a guy like Aaron Gordon who came into the NBA as a freak athlete. Didn't really know how to play at first, in quite all honesty. But the athletic traits were there, and he slowly developed into being a really solid NBA player. I think that could happen here with a guy like Keon Johnson, who already has some scoring ability, 45% from the floor. Now, I mentioned the jump shot, but you see this a lot with kids coming out of college. They're just not great shooters yet. It takes a couple of years in the NBA to develop that shot. I think he could get up eventually to be in the mid-30s percentage there, and if you're 35% and a good athlete that can defend, you'll stick around in the NBA for quite a while. Love the upside, love the athleticism. Now, if Golden State wants a more of a impact immediate type of guy, I would take Davion Mitchell. If you want a guy with a higher ceiling, I would take Keon Johnson. So it kind of depends on how Bob Myers and Steve Kerr view things during this offseason with the Golden State Warriors. Now, we mentioned that Warriors Today is presented by Magic Spoon. And, guys, I had to cut cereal out of my diet, which is a real bummer because I'm looking to shed some weight, which I've already been able to do so. But cereal's been able to come back in my life because Magic Spoon, it's high-protein cereal. I'm a big fan of the frosted flavor right here. You see the facts down below. 13 grams of protein. 4 grams of net carbs, 0 sugar as well. It's keto-free, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free. My wife is a big supporter of Magic Spoon because she's gluten intolerant, so she can't eat a lot of mainstream grains and wheat and stuff like that. So Magic Spoon cereal has been a huge plus for her. Get some today. Grab a box. Grab 4 boxes. Tons of different flavors available: cocoa, frosted, fruity, whatever your flavor is, they've got it at Magic Spoon. MagicSpoon.com/Warriors. Best part about this, $5 off your first order when you use our link. The link's right there. We'll also have a link in the comments and in the description. That way you can click and shop today with Magic Spoon. One more target here at number 7 overall. How about Scottie Barnes, the guard/forward out of Florida State, one-and-done guy as well here. Incredibly long. Also a gifted athlete. Not as explosive as Keon Johnson, but 6'9" with skills. By the way, he can handle and pass. Wingspan of 7'2". Those measurables, that will play in the NBA. Solid defender, scorer, and passer. Kind of like Johnson. That three-point shot's not there yet. Just 27.5% this past season, but has some natural ability to score the ball, and he's kind of a point-forward type. Now, can he be Luka Doncic, where he's your primary point guard? I'm not going to say that, but he's got the length you want. He's got the skills you want. He's kind of built like Kevin Durant in the sense that he's super long and has some skill. Now, he's nowhere near the scorer or shooter that KD is. Like, let's not turn this into an internet meme of Golden State Warriors Today hosts that Scottie Barnes is the next KD. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying from a pure athleticism build standpoint, there's some comparisons there. So I think Scottie Barnes could be another good target for the Golden State Warriors at number 7 overall. Who do you guys think is the best option with the number 7 pick out of these 3 guys? Type DM for Davion Mitchell. Almost said Donovan. Type KJ for Keon Johnson. You can also type SB for Scottie Barnes. I like this draft. I don't think it's just 2 or 3 guys. I think you can go 10 or 15 deep in this year's NBA draft. Let's take a look at some Golden State Warriors draft targets with the number 14 overall pick here on Warriors Today by Chat Sports. 3 guys I'm taking a close look at here on today's show. Number 1, Corey Kispert, the guard, the wing out of Gonzaga. Now, he didn't have a great NCAA tournament, but for my money, he's the best pure shooter in this year's draft. A couple of other guys would be in the mix as well, but just from a pure, hey, you're in a gym and you're having a 3-point contest, I'm putting my money on Kispert. This guy can just flat out shoot the ball from the outside. I think he's like Joe Harris, floor spacer guy, catch and shoot threes, never going to be a great defender in the NBA, but the Warriors love shooters, and you can never have enough shooters in today's NBA. I think right away he could come in and give you 15 minutes off the bench and just shoot threes. Like, I think he could plug and play in that role right away. For Gonzaga last year, and the beauty of Kispert, 4-year player, really improved his all-around offensive game. He's not just a catch-and-shoot guy anymore. 18.5 points, grabbed 5 boards. The field goal percentage was impressive, 44% from 3, and that's on high volume as well. I think Corey Kispert fits perfectly in today's NBA. Can he at least become not a detriment defensively? Hopefully he can, become a decent defender as he, matures and builds that body a little bit more. But like his offensive game, like his shooting ability, I think he would be an excellent fit with Golden State at number 14 overall. Get subscribed to Golden State Warriors Today because we have videos all off season long. Go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button down below. It's youtube.com/WarriorsTV. Hey, we're going to have you guys covered on the Golden State Warriors throughout the off season. Don't miss any of our free agency or draft coverage on Warriors Today. James Bouknight, one of my favorite players in this year's draft. Played 2 years at UConn, could have come out last year, but thought he made a good decision in going back. I think he's got a good chance of being a lottery pick now. volume scorer, always looking to attack. Fearless, needs to improve his outside jump shot, but he also was asked to do a lot at UConn, so that forced him to take some bad threes at times. So I don't think the sub 30% is necessarily a huge detriment, but I am a big fan of James Bouknight, and he's just fearless. He reminds me of a slightly bigger Monte Ellis. Like, hey, he thinks he can go for 30 on any night, and hey, you guys know Monte Ellis spent a lot of time with Golden State. Almost 19 points per game at UConn, 6 boards, 45% from the field. Again, the three-point percentage isn't great, but as a freshman, when he had a lesser role, he was actually 34-35%. So I think he can get back into the mid-30s there and continue to improve on that outside jump shot. And obviously, he'll be playing around a lot more talent in the NBA, whether that's with the Warriors or someone else. So Bouknight, he's one of my personal favorites in this draft. Keep an eye on him at number 14 overall. Speaking of number 14, who should the Dubs draft with this pick if, they end up keeping it? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Who should Golden State draft at 14 overall? Let's go Kai Jones next. And I bounced around a couple of different guys when I was looking at the number 14 overall pick and putting this video together. I wanted to talk about a big on today's show. High energy big with excellent length. 6'11", over a 7-foot wingspan. Can be an instant shot blocker off the bench. And what's sneaky about the big out of Texas, while he's still raw as an athlete, he can space the floor. He didn't take a ton of threes, but he shot 38% from three last year at Texas. That's a good sign that a big who can already come into the NBA as a decent shooter. That's a good sign. I think his upside is big. I also think in general, out of all these guys, probably the biggest boom or bust guy. Like, we could look back at this draft if Jones goes somewhere in the top 20. Hey, he was one of the 5 best players in that draft. He may also be playing in China in 5 years. Like, it really just depends on how he develops, but I like the physical tools that he is working with. Now, the raw stats don't jump off the page, but he only played 21, 22 minutes a game at Texas last year, 9 points, 5 rebounds. The efficiency is impressive, 58% from the floor, and I love that 38% from three out of a big. We know James Wiseman is never going to be a three-point shooter. At least, it's going to take a while if that's going to be the case. Maybe Kai Jones is your backup big off the bench and can give you a little bit of that spacing and can play some 5 with your starting unit from time to time if you want to go with the more, floor spacing type of offense. So, interesting player. 14 might be a little rich for him, but I wanted to include him in this video. Who do you guys think is the best option at number 14 overall? I took a look at these 3 guys. Type 1 for Corey Kispert, type 2 for James Bouknight, type 3 for Kai Jones. I think they'd all be quality players. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll see you next time.